Economic activity in the euro area is likely to have slowed significantly in the third quarter of the year, and we expect a further weakening in the remainder of this year and the beginning of next year. By reducing people's real income and pushing up costs for firms, high inflation continues to dampen spending and production. Severe disruptions in the supply of gas have worsened the situation further, and both consumer and business confidence have fallen rapidly, which is also weighing on the economy.
Frankfurt, news article from Wall Street Journal. The European Central Bank, the ECB, raised interest rates by 0.75 percentage point for the second time in a row Thursday, but signaled mounting concerns about economic growth, prompting investors to bet that the bank will soon reduce the scale of its rate hikes. The bank said in a statement that it would increase its policy rates to 1.5%, the highest level in more than a decade. It also moved to limit payments it makes to Eurozone banks that tapped its ultra-cheap loans during the COVID-19 pandemic, a move that is ultimately expected to raise borrowing costs for Eurozone companies. At a news conference, ECB President Christine Lagarde said the banks would likely raise rates further over the coming meetings, but she also sounded a cautious note on the deteriorating growth outlook for the Eurozone economy and emphasized that the ECB had already made substantial progress in phasing out easy money, investors watching for signs that central banks such as the Federal Reserve will pivot always from large interest rate increases, took those comments to mean that the ECB could soon ease back on rate rises. Editor, give us more content to get more context. Roll clips, fair use.
I think what we decided is clear and straightforward. It's a significant rate increase, 75 basis points, twice in a row. And we decided to do that in order to pursue the substantial progress that we have to make in order to withdraw monetary policy accommodation. Our sense is that we have already made significant progress. As I said, we are not done yet. There is more ground to cover. And the question of what pace will be what will be the magnitude of future rates will be determined meeting by meeting and will be data dependent, adopting the review of the three factors that I have referred to earlier, which is roughly and quickly inflation outlook, the measures we've taken so far, and the time lag of monetary policy. So I cannot tell you much more than that at this point in time. I stand by my comment, significant progress withdrawing accommodation, more ground to cover. We have acknowledged that more rates are in the pipeline, but more rates are in the pipeline, more rates are in the pipeline, more rates are in the pipeline, more rates are in the pipeline. At which pace, to which level, I cannot tell you. I think we had a slight discussion about the how not necessarily helpful this evasive neutral rate is, and we decided to stick to withdrawal, completing that job, and then taking a step to decide whether we need and how much we need to go further. Because it is not by simply normalizing monetary policy that we will identify and reach the interest rates that is necessary in order to deliver the 2% inflation target medium term that we have. I will simply say that, or repeat rather, that we, central bank, have a mission which is price stability, which is to fight inflation. And what people are most concerned about is inflation, is the cost of living. And I think that with, unfortunately, the time lag that goes with monetary policy, which means that our decisions of today are not going to instantly be reflected in the next weeks or months. So the time lag is, in a way, playing against us, but we have to just account for that and know that. But our job is to fight inflation as it stands. Our job is to restore price stability and to bring inflation back to 2%. And to that end, select the right interest rate that will deliver that once we have completed the normalization process. On TLTROs, honestly, we have only looked at monetary policy transmission. We don't want anything in between the best possible transmission and our monetary policy stance. We are very keen to see that transmission unimpaired, facilitated, accelerated to the maximum possible extent so that people can benefit from this fight against inflation. And TLTRO, as currently calibrated before the decision that we took this morning, was an obstacle, was a deterrent. And it was our duty to complement our stance, to facilitate transmission, to actually make that decision.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow, keeping an eye out and my ears open to all countries and central banks and the situation that they are in and how they have been causing havoc to all the citizens who have to pay for all their dumb mistakes. What can we take from this? To know we are rocking on the same boat so we can continue to embrace this knowledge by moving accordingly, guys. Always prepare for the worst possible outcome and hope and believe we will thrive and prosper, guys. You guys are amazing. God and family comes first. Our health, freedom, and knowledge kicks in and we excel and prevail. Stay tuned for the Federal Reserve next week. Let's see how much they are raising rates, guys. Thank you always for the support, and I'll continue to do the best to bring you the best. And don't forget to do your own research, guys, for better clarification. As always, stay free.